This video is made possible by all these insanely amazing, lovely people that you see right here. Thanks to them, I'm able to do YouTube videos as a full-time job. My channel wouldn't have gone as far as it has without them, so I am eternally grateful for them granting me this incredible gig that I am so lucky to have. And if you like what I do too, it would mean the world to me if you had a look at my Patreon page. There's all kinds of goodies there, like early access to videos, Telegram chats, helping me decide what videos to make, custom art, and a lot more. Otherwise, keep on keeping on, because you're still amazing just for sitting through this clip for me. Alright, it's time for the video, hope you enjoy!
Hello, and welcome to another full suit edition of the bottle, because it was actually under 30 degrees today, so I'm like, let's wear the full suit, yeah. So, the reason I think like furries as a whole are so appealing is because you're allowed to be absolutely anything you want. Like, if you could think it, you could be it. Which I think is like really rad, because it's a really awesome form of self-expression. But with so much to choose from, it can be really hard to find just that perfect character, or characters, to express yourself with. So I'm going to talk about some good things to consider to help you find something that you want to be, and then how to get it out of your brain when you're done. And that's right, I did say characters before. You know, you're allowed to express yourself in any shape or form, and that also includes the form of multiple characters. This can be permanent, or just temporary while you find yourself. Doesn't matter whether it's 1 or 2 or 200 characters, whatever you're comfortable with. It's also worth mentioning that it's okay to change your personas and your characters. Like, I see people that change their characters at the drop of a hat get a lot of flack, and that's not cool. You don't complain when someone changes their hair color, or loses some weight, or changes their wardrobe, do you? Like, we grow and change over time. Change is okay, alright? Screw the people who feel your growth is an inconvenience. So at the same time, don't be afraid to change your persona just because you've got a lot of art and development into them. Like, you don't look at pictures of your younger self and be like, oh no, that's not me. It's still you, it's just you at a previous time. Same thing with your persona. It can still be your persona, it was just you in the past. That's what you used to look like. Like, it's still you. Unless you sell the character, but you know. But let us move on. So, there's no right or wrong way to pick a persona, so I'm just gonna share with you some ways that I like to go about it. Never mind artistic limitations for now, alright? I'm gonna go into that later. For now, all you need is an idea and an imagination. So if you want your persona to like fully 100% accurately represent you, bar appearance, a good thing is to like pick an animal that you would sort of regard as like your spirit animal in a way, or perhaps an animal or a creature that has been present for a lot of your life. This is why I believe canines are as popular as they are, because a lot of us grew up with dogs, and a lot of us have very special memories with those dogs, so dogs and canines tend to mean a lot to us. Or even like dragons, you know, they're in our storybooks, our games, we have like all kinds of toys and stuff, you know, they're just everywhere. Maybe even fuse a few things together and create a hybrid of animals that represent you. You might not even know it when you find it, so you might flip between characters a little, but when you find it, it's just, oh, it's so satisfying to just look at that animal or that character and be like, yep, that is 100% me. Or perhaps you want your persona to represent just a part of you rather than, you know, all of you in one. Because that's what I tend to do. So I have 3 different characters and they each represent a different part of me. You could like manifest your caring and loving side into this big fluffy plush toy character. Or maybe you really like your chill side and you want to turn them into a nice sort of sleek dragon, you know. Just something that you want to be most known for. Or maybe you want your persona to be your ideal version of yourself. Because like, I know so many people that are really crazy shy, but their personas are ginormous kaijus that are always in your face. I love it. Maybe you want to be a Pokemon because you'd much rather live in the Pokemon universe. Or maybe you want to be a Tasmanian devil with really rad hair because you wish you were a rebel and more awesome than you actually are. One other thing I also see people do a lot is they will base their persona based on the thing that brought them to the fandom. Which is kind of like what I did for Pocari. Like, he wasn't my first persona, but he was based off Monsteroo, who what really got me into furries. It's just a nice homage to your roots, I guess, and you usually do feel some kind of connection with that first thing that brings you here. So have a think back to when you first heard of furries. Like, do you remember who it was? In fact, actually, if you do, let me know in the comments, because I'd actually be really curious to see. Maybe it was like a video of telephone, or you stumbled across some people at a meet, or like a friend introduced you. Like, think about what that person's persona was, and make a character of the same species. Don't forget your persona can be inspired by anything. Like, I know people that work in aviation and there's like a particular kind of plane that's really meaningful to them. So their persona is an anthropomorphic plane. And lastly, of course, your persona doesn't even have to have any meaning or inspiration or anything. Like, maybe you couldn't care less about all this fuzzy-wuzzy, meaningful spiritual jargon, and you just want your persona to be a 3-foot anthropomorphic android carrot simply because you can do that. Like, nothing wrong with choosing something that way. And now you know what you want to be. What do you want to look like? You know, your colors, markings, accessories, other additions. Like, this is where it gets really fun. Do you want natural colors? Do you want to be a full-on sparkle dog? Or do you want to be just somewhere modest in the middle? Could be based on your favorite colors, a favorite pet, a drink, even your favorite car. Anything. Like, look around the room and pick a random object. Make your colors off that. Like, anything. I can't offer much more guidance than that because there is just so much you can do. Like, it's up to you whether you want to put some meaning into it or you maybe just want to do a few runs of a color scheme generator. Up to you. And after all that, you can still add some personal touches if you want. Like, do you have any scars? You might want to put them on your persona, or some piercings, maybe the same hairstyle, or maybe there's a particular symbol that means something to you. You can like put it on their shoulder or on their back or something. You could give them the same eye color as you. Or like, are you a striped person? You could add some stripes. Are you a spots person? Maybe add some cute little freckles. Just look at your shirt you're wearing. Put shirt on them. Like, go nuts. So sit for a while and have a good solid think of what you want your persona to look like. Doesn't have to be 100% crystal clear. Like, as long as you've got a general idea on what your species is, your colors are, and any personal details that you absolutely must have on there, you can start to bring it from out of your brain into the world. Before you start yelling at me, oh Pocari, I can't draw Pocari, I can't even draw a stick man, how am I supposed to bring my character out of my head if I can't? Stop! Alright, I'm gonna show you how to do this when you're not an artist or you otherwise just don't want to draw it yourself. If you feel capable enough to draw it yourself, go ahead and do so. You don't need anything else from me. Good luck. Congrats with your new character. But back to the rest of you, you have two options, alright? You can either find a base, like either a free one or buy one, and color it yourself, or you can commission an artist to help bring your persona to life. So even if you're going to commission an artist, I still recommend coloring in a base yourself, even if it's completely the wrong species, because it's still something for your artist to go off. Trust me, it will be mildly easier for your artist to understand than any description. I mean, unless you're like the world's best writer, but yeah, the more visual guides you have on what you want, the better. No matter how poorly done, it's something. If you're not confident on finding artists, you can literally just make a post saying, artist wanted, here's my budget, here's what I want, and then people will come to you. But back to bases, if you don't know how to find them, it just takes a little bit of digging. Go to Fur Affinity or DeviantArt or any other art-based website that lets you search, and search things like equine-based female or feral canines lines free. Like, play around with different terms and specifications until you find something you like. Just make sure you follow the conditions of using the lines. Like, sometimes you have to buy them, sometimes you have to keep the credit on them, sometimes, like, there's just make sure you're doing things right. You can even search on Google Images if you really want, but when you find something you like, make sure you click the little button that will take you to the website that the image came from, so you can find the source, you know how to credit it appropriately, and you make sure you're using it right. One trick that I like to do for finding bases is I will look up adoptables and follow adoptable accounts. If you don't know what an adoptable is, it's a character that someone has designed specifically to sell, and most people will design these on bases. They should credit the base either in the picture or the description, so it's a really good way to scout for some sweet bases and even get inspired on how to use them. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to offer. So hopefully now you have enough knowledge to get your persona from an idea to a full digital reference sheet. Let me know in the comments if you're a furry that's been around for a while, how many personas have you gone through? How much have they changed? Or how long did it take you to design your very first one? Is there anyone that had trouble like getting their persona out of their head for the first time, or like maybe you commissioned an artist and it wasn't quite what you wanted? Like, how'd you deal with it? Let me know all your thoughts and stories and comments in the comments below, because they're fun to read and it helps everyone because it's really good. Seriously, like, even though I don't reply to every comment, like when I'm just on the bus or something, I'll go through and start reading them all. Like, I'm always reading them. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!